Bears fans, well, once again, it's going to require the final week of the American Hockey League's regular season to lock up the last playoff spots in the Eastern Conference. The Bears had a very strong weekend, picking up 4 of a possible 6 points against 2 of the conference's top juggernauts, thus reducing their magic number to just 5 points going into this last week. And how fitting that our last week takes us to Hampton Roads, where the Norfolk Admirals have fashioned a nearly identical record than the Bears through 73 games. Thus, this upcoming 2-game set at Scope could be essentially a win, move on situation. Hershey is in the 8th spot thanks to hard grinding work over their toughest 3-3 of the season. First, the Bears visited the Binghamton Senators on Friday, the first time in 3 months that the teams faced off. Falling behind 3-1 on 2 goals separated by 45 seconds would put any team down emotionally, but not the Bears. The Chocolate and White played angrily and fought right back on goals by Dane Byers, a goal which we will replicate later, and by Michael Latta, who found a Ryan Patolny deflection and fired it past Nathan Lawson to tie the game. Ryan Stoa started off a strong weekend by putting the Bears in front for the first time in the game early in the third, but the opportunistic Senators cashed in just 28 seconds later. Derek Grant, who set up the tying goal, then sent the Sens off in celebration, scoring with 1:21 left in overtime. The Bears grabbed 1 point, but so did the Admirals in a shootout loss at Providence. On Saturday, the Northeast Division champion Springfield Falcons needed 1 win to set a single-season franchise record for victories. The Bears, entering the weekend 1 point ahead of Norfolk, needed to keep ahead with at least 1 point. Hershey fought back from 2-1 down when Jeff Tafe's power play goal beat Mike McKenna. And following McKenna's save on a Byers breakaway, Chris Newberry put the Bears ahead with a bad-angle bank shot. Once again, the opponent would not the score on Sean Collins' power play slapper. The game would require a shootout, and after the Bears comfortably went ahead on a patented Ryan Stoa backhander and a nifty deke by Casey Wellman, McKenna would settle in and get help from 3 of his teammates as the Falcons grabbed the extra point in a 4-3 decision. With Norfolk blanking Worcester 3-0, the point scorecard was 3-2 Admirals, evening the teams in points but keeping Hershey in 8th by virtue of having more regulation wins. Sunday's rematch with Binghamton went scoreless through 60 minutes and was anything but a boring game. Strong penalty killing, fantastic goaltending by Andrew Hammond and Philip Grubauer, and scoring chances galore kept 10,984 fans on the edge of their seats. Now, remember that Dane Byers goal in Binghamton, set up by David Kolomatis? Well, the two combined in an almost identical fashion, 2:24 into overtime, sending the roof off of Giant Center as Hershey claimed a 1-0 win. Norfolk, yes, they also won in Portland, 3-2 in a shootout. So the Admirals took a 5-4 points win over Hershey on the weekend. My, how things work out. The Bears and Admirals will now play a 2-game set at Scope on Wednesday and on Friday. And with all that went on, Hershey needs 5 points to punch their ticket to the postseason. That's 5 points either won by themselves or lost by Norfolk. And that means 1 regulation win in Hampton Roads by the Bears could slice that number by as much as 4 points. It sure doesn't get any more fun than this. And of course, the regular season series is all even at 3 wins each between Hershey and Norfolk. In the last set at Scope, Dane Byers again proved to be the difference as his insurance goal ended up the game winner in a 3-2 decision on March 7th. But in the Saturday rematch, Norfolk scored 3 times in the second period, wiping out Michael Latta's opening goal and finishing with a 3-1 win. Entering the week, Norfolk is missing 2 key players who are on recall to Anaheim. Goaltender John Gibson, who won his NHL debut with a shutout, is now 3-0 for Bruce Boudreau. And Devontae Smith-Pelly, who has 3 points against Hershey this season. Former Senator Andre Peterson and Emerson Edom will thus be the players to watch this week as they too lead the season series in scoring as the 2 teams clash. All the action this week begins Wednesday at Norfolk Scope at 7:15 and then on Friday at 7:30. The M&C Foreign Car Parts pregame show kicks off as always on the Bears Radio Network 40 minutes prior to puck drop. And don't forget, on Saturday, we've got one more game here at Giant Center. The Adirondack Phantoms, who started this regular season in this building, will finish it this Saturday, 7 o'clock against your Hershey Bears. Hopefully, we're going to have a playoff spot all locked up by then. We're going to hand out the player awards as well prior to face-off. I'm Scott Stuccio. Thanks so much for watching Roaring on the Road today and all season long. We hope to continue it into the postseason, and we'll talk to you this week from the Tidewater.